Hello and welcome to Jo-ttack on Titan. I'm Jim,
And I'm Sam.
and this is our Attack on Titan recap. We watched the Attack on Titan. We talk about it.
Jim has finished it. I have only watched the first season ever, but we're kind of just going through the first season, kind of like a refresher for both of us.
So we are talking about the episodes 9 through 13.
Yeah, we kind of did a lot. We just split this up in like three bunch of. It just felt better talking about it just in the rest of this arc.
I think it makes sense. Yeah, the Boulder arc. I was gonna say. I think it makes sense to like how we did it. We condensed it. So
Yes.
yeah, follow along at home. Go leave us now and watch those 5 episodes. All
Or-
right, thanks for coming back.
Or just read it too.
Actually, I don't know what the cutoff is though.
I don't know. They can figure that out.
I will eventually read Attack on Titan before this series is over. Before our series is over, I will read it and
Sure,
I'll be able to compare.
I'll believe you.
All right, but yeah, as you said, the Boulder arc. This is the infamous Boulder arc. It's really funny because like the bouldering happens in one
The
episode.
bouldering.
Like the bouldering, there's so much to do about the boulder, and it really is just one episode. Like it's all over in one
Yeah,
episode.
like the first episode was just like introducing the Survey Corps. The second episode is just the negotiation episode, and the third one's like the actual like the plan, and then the last two are just the plan going.
Yeah.
And
Sour and then
side
everything.
characters, adventures as well.
So what did you think of the boulder arc, Sam?
Still pretty good. Like some pretty good. Still a lot of pretty good like animation in there.
This was like a highlight, I think, for me of some of the best like cuts. Like there's one part where Marco swings in to save
It's like,
Jean.
it's like his like one animation. They did not have to animate him like kind of like rebounding and like going back.
It's great, yeah. The way he like lands and then like takes off running. It's
It-
really good character animation.
It's just like one guy did that, like really proud of it, and just wanted to get it in there.
Conversely, there's also, I think it's in episode 12. There is a part that just doesn't make sense.
Yes.
And I forgot about it until we watched it, but it's like
Thanks, Crunchyroll.
I'm pretty sure the issue is that it was the broadcast version of that episode, and they just didn't finish the shot. And there's a part where Annie,
It looks like she's going to jump in there and save a character, and then it just like cuts away to them like landing on the wall, saying, "Wow, I'm glad we all survived that."
yeah, it's really weird. Like you can tell that there's one scene that's missing. I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to like look.
But
I kind of want to show Sam later, maybe, or try and find it and see if we can't watch whatever. But yeah, so just kind of going over it. We'll kind of go over it episode by episode, I guess. As you said, we were introduced to the Survey Corps.
Levi, who is like the fan favorite character to everybody, just fucking like every girl fangirls over.
And me. I do also love Levi. Levi is great. It's really funny because, like, there's so much, like, hype for him. Like, it's almost like the people making it, and, like, obviously the manga's probably like it, too.
He's that character everybody like, oh my god, he's a badass. He is a badass. Like you cannot stop him, and then he is though.
And I really
spins.
love... He speeds.
He speeds.
I really love the scene where they don't quite make it in time to save the one guy.
Yeah.
The one guy ends up getting, like,
He gets
crushed.
a couple bite marks on him.
Yeah, and Levi has a scene. So we see Levi kill Titan, and then he's like, "Id, how disgusting." So it's like already bringing up this idea of him being a germaphobe. But then, as this guy is dying, he like grabs his bloody hand and like gives him the speech, like, "Your life is important. Like you helped us stop the Titans for like 1 second. Your life is valid. We love you."
I feel like that was more of him being disgusted by Titans than just being a germaphobe. But no, they never.
He is a germaphobe
Okay,
later, yeah.
Okay, I do remember seeing outfits of him like cleaning Levi.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure that was just a weird thing or just
I
like
think like the next episode they might.
okay.
No, his part of his like thing, because he's got like the little napkin over his. That's his like suit.
Okay.
Everyone has like a little thing, or not everyone, but like Annie has the hoodie. Like
Everyone-
everyone's suit's like a little different for personalization.
or just have a hairstyle fits them.
Yeah, and he has like a little like a little napkin that's tucked in under his
Okay.
chin. I think his character is supposed to be like a little germaphobe. It's like a
Or
quirk.
just Titan germs.
Yeah. But so I do love this scene. It just shows like we immediately just get a lot of the character. Like we see Hanji
Yes.
is like this super weird Titan freak. She's
Titan
obsessed with
fangirl.
Titans. We see Erwin just being we see Erwin just being an asshole, voiced by Jotaro.
Yeah,
She loved to
not
say
voiced by Billy and Mandy Irwin.
Erwin. Oh my god.
We gotta kill the Titans, yo!
But yeah, so we get this cool intro scene.
It's weird. There's Irwin and Armin, and it's just like the names, man. Come on.
Also, yeah, you were laughing because we heard Armin's full name, Armin Arlet.
Armin alert.
Every time I read it as Armin Alert too. It's really bad.
Yeah. So yeah, we get the introduction to them. They're all super epic.
So yeah, what we're told is like we get like actually a flashback with Eren too. We see them leaving that morning.
Yeah.
So it's like basically they were kind of like an advanced squad that was sent
we
out.
do. Cause remember, like the first episode, that you do see them like return from.
Yes.
From
see explicitly. You see Erwin there.
Yeah.
Which is cool. This show, okay, I won't spoil it because there are like some legitimately good little like nuggets of foreshadowing in this. But the season 1 so far has done a great job at foreshadowing. There's literally like one line in particular. I don't want to say it because it would give stuff away. But there's one line that they gave a character that I was like, damn, that is like legitimately like very like because when the manga was
was it the free thing?
No.
Okay.
No. There's a lot of it though, but no. I feel like if people who are listening might know what I'm talking about, they might not. But yeah, whatever. Just really impressed so far with how much because like there's a lot. Also, it is important the whole stuff with the book.
Yes.
They really
the Book of the Outside World.
Yeah, that's like a humongous moment for Eren. Like early on, like here we see. But
I mean, it's what he kind of uses to get the Armin uses to get him out of his cage or his pilot suit. Or
yeah.
The cockpit.
The cockpit. Okay, so
the neck pit.
So basically, where we kind of return with Eren and Armin and Mikasa, Eren is like living this moment where he's like in pure ecstasy, thinking about how he's gonna kill the Titans. Oh, because yeah, he has a flashback where he's like inside the Titan belly before he transformed.
Yeah, it's he's gonna kill them all, and then awkward moment. Everybody standing around and see him coming out of the Titan, and like. You're like, oh shit, he's a monster. This whole standoff between like the captain and like and the three want to get him out of there, but everybody else wants to shoot him on sight. So it just becomes like a tense standoff. They even shoot a cannon at it, where Eren just remembers like the whole like syringe incident of just like his dad. Like the syringe is gonna give you the power, but also repress your memories just until the right moment, so you know how to do everything.
So yeah, he saw the key. I think the trigger for him was seeing the key.
That he just either forgets that he has, or just it would just pop up in his hand. Like, there's all that stuff like that, I remember.
Yeah, and so, which this scene is so cool. So to block the cannonball, he like partially transforms.
He's like in the middle of transforming, just like blocks it, so the hand's gone. It's just like a 85% decayed head, and like...
it just looks really cool.
And like, yeah, the ribs and everything, yeah, and they're like underneath them. It's really cool.
Also, just seeing like the animation of the ribs, like... coming out and like digging into the ground is really sick.
Yeah, so like it's just basically just makes a smoke screen while they're making a plan because everybody else is scared shitless.
Yeah,
everybody's eye lines are like their trauma lines are like humongous. And
that's the other thing too. We kept joking about was like Eren was like weak because after Eren does like the partial transformation, he's like, "I'll do it again," and then Armin's like, "No, you're so worn out and everything."
He does have a physical toll. You can't really transform too much,
which is like. That's like a very shonen thing.
Yeah,
like,
but I'm within like depending on the form you take. Like Eren becomes like super ripped and like he becomes like basically like an all arounder. Where like Class of Titan, I can see it taking a lot more time to really charge up for how fucking massive it is.
Mm-hmm.
Or like the Armor Titan's a lot very speedy and like bulky, so maybe that as well. Maybe there's like a weird time limit on everybody. I'm not sure how the Titan science is explained, but it's just some.
We'll see.
But yeah, and then we basically just have this is like the Armin like moment for his character moment, the kind of like turn of like from being the crybaby to an actual like strategist.
I wrote in my notes
or diplomat.
Armin's epic step. He has this one moment where he like throws his maneuver gear on the ground and does like an epic step forward, and it's like it's so funny because it's like these little moments. Which don't need to be as extreme as they are, but because it's Tetsuo Araki, they are just like
gotta be
incredibly fucking extreme, and it just adds. And then Armin does his like out patriotism, where he out patriotics the guys who are trying to kill him.
Gotta use that military propaganda to against the military themselves to get them.
So one thing I actually want to bring up, I think this is kind of an interesting discussion. So there's a lot of talk. I'm just gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna dive into
Go
it.
for it.
There's a lot of talk about analysis of Attack on Titan of people saying whether or not it's a fascist, if it has like fascist whatever leanings.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay with me. Stay with me. So what I think is very interesting is when Eren learns that he has the Titan power in this scene. His first reaction is first he's like, okay, I want to kill the Titans. His second reaction is the best thing I can do is work with the military. That is literally like I think it's really funny
Cause
that he thinks that.
because yeah, he first he's really confused, but then kind of once he kind of like everything starts like clicking because like he doesn't really know what happened because he kind of just like transformed like in the zone with the mindset of killing Titans and they just like went on impulse of just that thought alone.
Because I think it's really interesting because like thinking about so many other series where like a character is like a transforming or a superhero, so much of the time it's like a secret. Like they're operating on their own.
And this kid, he also like looked up to them so much that like he wants to help. He wants like this killed Titans. He wants to avenge his mom, kind of thing. So like the only thing people can do that is the government / military. Like,
I just think it's really interesting that like this is because like every other superhero I can think of, except like Captain America. Captain America is like the one time where he's literally like working with the government. But Eren here is literally like, oh, the only choice I have is to team up with the government.
And so basically the plan is either try to talk them out or try to run, essentially. And Armin does talk no jutsu, does pretty well for the most part.
He doesn't technically win.
Except for the crazy captain guy. Everybody else is like kind of convinced, and then the captain's like being the crazy man that he is. But that's when
our Chad bro Pixis comes in.
that the captain hilariously like has like a stroke saying his name.
He's like Pixis. It's so funny.
So good. And then
our favorite alcoholic grandpappy.
And basically Armin has his character mode, which is kind of just being like the strategist, like the talker of the group, essentially, where like Mikasa's like the speed and ability of like the human form, and Eren being like the muscle.
Yeah.
Essentially. Like, yeah, it's a very good moment that Armin kind of needed after just crying for like an entire arc and a half that we've had him in.
Yeah, it's a really solid moment. It's very much like coming to Jesus kind of moment where he's like, I'm really stepping up. I'm like finding my place in the world and like commanding respect.
And as you see, he does help like strategize the plan too with the higher ups and like.
And there's even kind of a funny moment where he's like talking to the higher ups. He's like, I don't want to be me. I don't want to interrupt you, but like
I don't want to sound like an asshole trying to take over my higher ups who I'm like out of my league for. But I have an idea. Like, oh no, go ahead, man.
Yeah, the guy's like, please take any responsibility away from me. Today's been hellish.
Half these people should not be in the military at all, as we've seen.
Yeah, they're just not ready. Especially, it's like they make fun of they make a point to mention it early in the show. Like the garrison, the people that man the walls, are like notorious for being like lazy and like they don't really do like they're not really seeing action.
Yeah, but
they're basically just like repairing the wall.
That's the big mystery. Just like why do the best people who graduate just end up not fighting Titans? Like the people that are best trained to kill them. Like only the ones that are like placed first and go to the survey crew willingly, essentially, like are the only ones that get out of there.
You basically have to be crazy.
Yes,
like you basically have to have a death wish to join the survey
to do this job. It's like Jujutsu Kaisen said. Like to do this job, you have to be a literal crazy person.
Yeah.
And look at Levi. He's like a fucking germaphobe mass slaughter army. Erwin's an asshole, and we see the person who's getting fucking turned on by a Titan. So,
yeah, we love them. That's why, like, it's really funny that we're like episode 9 when we first get like a taste of these characters, but we don't really meet them until like 13 and on.
Yeah,
but like these are like very important characters of the story, so it's really fun that like the cast is opening up in like a bigger way that isn't just like randos.
Well, we do get those though.
we get plenty of randos.
So yeah, basically Pixis here talks, gets explained to everything that happens, and basically says, "Oh, we have a plan to move the boulder to try to get a victory for the humans. Let's do it." I just love when he explains the plan to everybody. After giving Eren a drink of wine, putting a wine flask is not the best choice for that.
I love this scene. I mentioned it to Sam when we watched it, but I love that like. There's a scene, because anytime in a shonen, especially like anime or manga directed to like a younger audience, they always have a scene where like, oh, they tease the idea of a kid drinking. but they always like have someone like stop them. Like
or slap it out of their hands.
I'm thinking of like in Persona 4 when they like have the non-alcoholic drinks,
Yeah.
but Eren just literally drinks wine. He does spit it out, so it is kind of like a half thing. But I like that they like this old man offers a 14-year-old wine and he drinks it. It's really funny to me.
So, but yeah, basically, then just his big epic speech to the men about the plan going on there. People panic. They explained that Eren was like at this top secret like experiment.
Yes, they lie.
They said the government experiment of Eren being a tool to use the Titans. I mean, you can't really explain it any other way, I guess, without like people saying like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
because people would figure it out more. But which they do. Oh, some of the characters do, but about like, oh, the other intelligent Titans are obviously like this.
yeah. It's really interesting to me. The one thing I do like that they focus on a bit is like there's a lot of unrest in like the new recruits. Like a lot of them want to like just run away. Daz, we get our introduction to Daz. I think Daz was literally in the training arc.
Was he?
He might have been. I can't remember, but he's so unimportant. He's unimportant until this moment.
There's like Daz. There's future Eren, and there was like the two girls. That were like, the only one was important. And like I don't think we see any of them other than Daz in like the fight.
Daz just gets like moments where he cries some more.
Yeah.
Just remember the name Daz, Sam. Just don't forget. Don't forget about Daz.
Oh God. He saves the day.
We'll see. But so what else happens? Yeah, they talk about plugging the wall. Okay, so
the plan, though, the terrible plan of we need people to distract the bulk of Titans into a corner, which you do by dangling people in front of there and lose people that way, which is a terrible, like
needlessly dangerous.
I feel like you could have people like go down there, lean to the corner, and then 3D up there, and just kind of repeat doing that with like gas refills keep going, like.
And we kind of see them like venturing out, like Annie and Jean and Connie, I think, go out.
They go out there once they start seeing like, they start seeing like people getting like some of the defense squads in trouble, so they kind of go out there to help. Because Armin runs off because like once the thing happens, Eren goes berserk, essentially punches himself in the face because when they try to talk him out of it. And so basically Armin goes over there to help them.
Oh, so yeah, one thing I want to say, we do have a couple new. There's like a thing that happens in Attack on Titan. Like you'll notice
the new trio, the trio of new characters that were just there to guard Eren, and only one of them makes it out alive.
Attack on Titan loves to do this thing.
Ian was cool,
where they add like arc characters.
Yeah.
That really are only important for this arc. And there's a scene like Ian. So Ian is like the little squad leader.
Ian he's designated as the leader of the Eren like guard group essentially.
Yeah. The Eren he's taking Eren somewhere.
Yeah, the Eren escort mission.
They're not receiving Eren; they're taking him.
They're receiving him.
So, and then Rico is the girl. There's a gray-haired girl who I think she's very cute.
The glasses girl, yes.
I love her design.
She had the most unique design, so she was definitely be the one that lived.
And then there's another guy that I think literally does not get a name.
He has a name. He does have a name. I forget what it is, but he 100% did.
Okay.
And he just got eaten.
So yeah, but this is a thing. Like these characters have like a big moment. Like they are pretty much. I think it's episode 10.
They have a moral decision to really make about either like abandoning Eren or staying there protecting him. And Ian wants to protect him because he took one glance at Mikasa child murder eyes, and they said, "I ain't fucking with that. I'd rather fuck with the Titans."
But yeah, so I think I just wanted to bring up the fact that we have these new characters that are going to be here for a little bit, and then we might see them again, or maybe the
one that's left.
Yeah, because Ian got his neck crushed, right?
Yeah, one of them got their neck. I think Ian got their neck crushed. And the other guy got just straight up like slapped.
Yeah, Rico did have a badass moment. She had one of the cool animation cuts.
Yeah,
where she like dug her swords in and pulled really hard. It was cool. But yeah, so. Yeah, we have the scene where Eren goes berserk. So the whole plan, I love the scene too where Eren is like flying at full speed and decides to transform in midair. And he just full force like slams into the wall as like giant Titan.
Stupid. But yeah, so and then Armin's trying to like everybody's like, I need to talk. I'll try to talk to him, and like stabs like the neck pit, and like he stabs like Eren in the arm too.
He's like very close to killing Eren by accident in the scene, which I love.
He misjudged like he doesn't know the exact position, but yeah. So he's like Eren's like he's like in the cockpit. You're like in like your like happy place essentially, which was Eren like with his family.
Yeah, I think this is a really cool scene because it's kind of creepy how he's like in a dreary state and he's wrapped in a blanket and he's just around with his family.
Yes,
It's really interesting. Yeah, and he's kind of like shut off from the world.
but yeah, like we said, like our Erwin, not just Erwin and Arwen. I'm gonna get like fucking confused with these names, but Armin like basically says like, what about your promise with the outside world? Kind of the one that gets him off his ass and goes into boulder throwing mode, and basically everybody's in a panic while during this like gear malfunctions and like has to run on foot from like the tiny Titan.
That's like this is like one of the scariest elements to me of like just being totally screwed,
Yeah.
like out of your control, just not having power here.
And like Connie and Sus Squad come in to try to help him out, and
Sus Squad. I love that you refer to them as the Sus Squad. That's so funny.
it's always a Sus Squad and friend. So it was interesting because like it looks like someone like kind of like begrudgingly have to kind of need the because like I know like I know about Annie at least about like
because Sam's seen season 1, so Sam knows the whole like Annie is the female Titan.
Yes,
spoilers.
Very obvious.
But Sam, there's another blonde girl in the squad named Krista.
Who?
She always stands next to Ymir.
Who?
Sam, you need to learn these names.
I know Ymir because every time you're like, hey, look, it's Ymir.
She also has the freckles too.
Yes.
Her and Marco have freckles, make them very.
You think a Titan would feed Sasha? but yeah, so basically there's a whole rescue operation. Like Gene doesn't have to do his cool. Like he hides in a building and sees like a crushed
soldier guy.
And like has to maybe try to switch out the gear, which he doesn't want to wait till the Titan's completely gone. And basically, it's that one. I don't think that one didn't work, or it was like really badly damaged the gear he picked up. But he basically like got away for them, or had. This to keep running.
This is the weird animation scene, unfinished scene.
So there is some really cool animation of them like rocketing towards him. But yeah, when it stopped, when like Annie like was like, okay, this is because like they get the one that was chasing him, but then another one kind of like does the thing where like
it's spinning. It looks like it's jumping.
It's like when we saw that one of the one that jumped in the air and ate someone. Like it's like that, but he's like kind of upside down doing it, and Annie looks like she had to go in to like take him out, and then just cuts away to them like landing on the wall.
It cuts to a distant shot of a building, and then we see explosions. And
Gene react like, "Oh shit!" and then Annie just kind of zoomed in her eyes, and it's just like, "Okay, here we go," and then nothing. It's weird.
It honestly, like knowing that Annie's the female Titan, it's almost like, oh, is she gonna transform in the scene? Like that's like the vibe that I'm thinking.
Yeah, because it kind of goes to a different color.
Yes,
which you only see because Eren he's like a green spark when Eren transformed, and the Cloud Titan had like a yellow lightning strike.
Yeah.
So like, I can't remember if she had a color when we see that, but probably
we'll get there pretty soon.
Yeah.
So.
And then Eren carrying the rock, like everybody has to go defend him, and they plugs that hole. He plugs that hole up very good. He fucking
plugs it. I love that little animation of him like leaning over. It's like he's slowly like holding it the whole time, and then he quickly just like lunges over and drops it.
The cool thing is he's constantly steaming because he's like the rock is like crushing him, and like his body is trying to regenerate everything.
It's really cool. Like there's something so cool. It's the same thing why like big machines with steam are cool. Like having steam come off the Titan just makes it seem cooler.
Steam is always cool.
It is really cool. That's
why it's cool in like mechs when they actually have like steam come out of them. It's always a good touch.
And as we know, Attack on Titan is just a mech show.
A fleshy mech.
It's a flesh mech show.
Yeah, flesh mech. A fleck.
A flesh.
A fleck. A flecka.
Flecka. Oh, there we go. You've just coined a genre with one entry.
I'm sure someone said that before. I don't know. Evangelion.
Actually, Evangelion's a flecka too.
Depending on what other living organisms are.
I'm trying to think. What other.
Darren the Franks wasn't like living or.
No. Who's the one in Mortal Kombat? Who's the Ferrotor?
That's a symbiotic.
That's, like
that's a symbiote. That's a symbiotic relationship. That's not a mech because he's only like 7 foot tall.
Okay. I mean, he's pretty big. 7 foot tall is pretty big.
No.
All right.
Blue Beetle is a fleck. It's a fleck.
He's a flecka.
Yeah. Because it's like an organic fucking suit.
This is the stupidest conversation ever.
Shut up.
Sorry. All right.
So yeah, they plug up that hole. And then they kind of go into like an epilogue about like how they had to like how it took like 2 days for them to clear out.
Yeah, they said it took like a whole day.
They used
to just shoot with the cannons to finish off the remaining Titans.
Basically the Survey Corps and the cannons together like wiped them out. Then it kind of goes to like everybody looking at the dead bodies, like with like masked up. It's kind of gross.
This is a great scene actually. Like I love in particular. So yeah, we see this is a big reveal actually. We see Marco's corpse.
He's not dead. He's gonna appear and say, "Oh, that wasn't me. I'm fine. I'm Sus Squad."
So yeah, there's a scene where Jean walks over. So everyone they're counting the dead.
Yeah.
And Jean finds Marco's corpse, and it's
or he said he thinks it's Marco's corpse. He doesn't feel like he's 100% sure.
And well, yeah,
and his face looks remarkably colossal.
So I really like this moment a lot because he's like totally distraught, and then this woman. She's like, I guess a doctor or something, counting
dead
the dead
inside corner.
Yeah, her eyes. I love her eyes. They're so creepy. She's just like, now is not the time to mourn. Like, if we don't clear these bodies out, like, there will be an epidemic. Like, we need to prevent this second disaster.
We can't have a disease epidemic if bodies just sit out and they have to burn them all. And that, yeah.
There's also, so we get another scene, too, with Annie. So Annie's, like, on the verge of tears. And she's like, I'm sorry. Like, she's so fucking distraught. And then I think it's Reiner. He's like, that won't do anything. Like, let's go, basically.
Sus. Sus Squad, let's go.
This is a really good Annie moment. Annie has so few moments, like many characters in season 1, that aren't Eren. Eren, Mikasa, or Armin.
She'll be a crystal skull in no time.
I think this is great. I love seeing Annie. Every time Annie's on screen, I say, oh, look, it's Annie.
When she's not on screen, Jim's like, where's Annie?
Annie's like my favorite.
I don't want to see like Mikasa being thirsty as fuck. It's kind of funny that everybody like they actually called Mikasa out because like the guy basically cause, like, he wasn't on the squad to protect Eren to begin with, and like he basically like you're coming with us for this one, which I kind of think he Loki like okay, if Eren I think does go crazy with him, she's the one that's going to snap him out probably.
It was he even says a line later like he's a deal with your boyfriend or something, and then she like blushes. You're like, we're family.
Yeah, that didn't stop you from fucking like.
She makes it weird, honestly.
Yeah, she makes it weird.
We're family.
They take care of your boyfriend. Plus, he rather not like she's going to end up there one way or the other because everybody else seemed to kind of did anyway. Armin just literally ran over there from the wall. So what was gonna stop her? I would like to
take a moment to let's talk about Mikasa in this arc because Mikasa had like one of the strongest scenes I think in the last arc.
Yes,
where she has this moment where she thinks Eren's dead and she's about to let herself die, and then she fights the urge, but now. All she cares about is Eren.
She's fucking thirsty as fuck, man.
She wants Eren's penis.
She fucking did. Eren plugging the hole was a metaphor. Like, seriously, it's like her thirst for him is like astronomical.
And it's interesting too how like I think it's really interesting that she's not the one that breaks Eren out of his like weird mental his mind palace. Like Armin is the one, because he actually attacks her and gives her a scar. She gets her famous scar.
Yeah, Armin's his true love, and that's going to be the twist that drive.
You joke.
Apparently.
Do I? I'm not into the shipping game, but apparently Eren Armin shippers are like, die. They're ride or die. Like,
damn.
They'll kill you.
They'll kill you. They're like K-pop stands then. Alright.
But... yes, I think it's interesting because, like, I don't know. For me, I really love that Mikasa was getting, like, her own... because how it kind of worked in the last arc was almost like... it felt like they were doing, like, the subversion. Mikasa's actually the protagonist.
Yeah, maybe I don't need Eren. Like, I can go on my own and fight in his memory or, for what he... continue his mission of killing all Titans. But like, oh no, Eren's back, licks her lips like furiously, as like as Jean did with like that water, the canteen of just guzzling down water. But
yeah.
Also, like there's the scene where Levi shows up and this murders destroys the Titans quickly. I was like, hey, look, there's your new dad, Eren, that's gonna escort you like nonstop.
Oh yeah, we didn't really talk about when they take Eren out of the thing, we get the first Levi scene with them, and he's like mean. He's like mean to them. It's really funny.
They're like, the fuck is this?
Like, what the fuck's going on? Like, from his point of view, like, because they came from the outside. They were on like a mission outside. I just love that.
Who are these sassy lost children?
Literally.
And then then we basically the last scene is just Eren like shackled up to Levi is there and Irwin. And they basically like interrogate him. He's like, what do you want? He just like I want to murder the fucking Titan. Levi like licks his lip like, oh, now I want you now. I'll escort you now. I'm Leon Kennedy. You are Ashley. That can just turn into a monster. To one that like the bioweapons from Resident Evil, essentially.
Wasn't that the plan in Resident Evil 4 too? They wanted to turn Ashley into a bioweapon.
Because you do get infected. You have to like get the cure.
That's really funny.
Yeah, because they control him with the Las Plagas.
Oh my god, yeah. Wow. I haven't played that game in so long.
I love Resident Evil 4.
It's a very good game. But yeah, I think so basically
Tyrant?
I think you're onto something. So I think this kind of is like, I don't want to say it's like the prologue, but this is like the first like big arc.
It is.
I'm happy that we're kind of past it.
Yes.
Because I think it does kind of like almost overstay its welcome.
There are two halves to this arc. It literally has a halfway point, like a halftime where like, okay, we gotta recuperate, plan this out kind of stuff. And then it continues the other. It couldn't be like listed as one arc like it did like on the anime listings, but like it definitely feels like two halves of like an arc. But they do go right into like the next like the plan to take the city. It's not like they like recuperate. They go right into it.
Yeah. And it's like, it's also really, they make a big fuss about this being like the first win that humans have against Titans.
Because... They only lost 200 people, Jim.
Which, I mean, is a pretty significant, that is pretty significant when you only have 1 million people. That's like, I guess it's not insignificant, but.
They lost half of Marco.
So, what was I going to say? Oh, there's a couple other things I wanted to bring up in regards to this. So,
shoot away.
We have like this whole going back to the scene where what's his face? I want to call him Rommel. That's weird.
What? Who?
Dot Pixis. There we go.
Okay.
Erwin Rommel.
Just start with a P and then just like have a stroke. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so Erwin Pixis. No. Dot Pixis. I love that his first name
Dot
is
Matrix,
Dot.
yes.
What does that stand for? Or what does it mean? Like
Dottie.
Dothany?
No, just Dottie.
Dottie. Who names a boy Dottie?
Who names a boy Connie? Who cares?
It's true.
The name's a name.
There is a really funny part where... So actually this kind of ties into what I was going to talk about. So Rico talks to Eren and she's like, this is like... Real people are going to die because of this mission. And then she lists a bunch of names and like half of them are like real names. And the other half are just not real names at all.
I do love like... During his speech, he's like... Pixis. He's always like, I will be, like, you can call me a murderer from this for, like, telling you to go here. You all can leave if you want. But this could be the first win for humanity if this goes good.
It's really interesting. I think that line I actually want to bring up in particular. He says, like, this is, like, his personal responsibility.
Yeah.
Is basically how because he's risking it for the biscuit.
Yeah, this is my mission that, like, I'm putting, like, all of you at risk. And, you will get a full pardon if you do not want to commit to this. Mm-hmm. You could be with your families. Like, I know how many of you want your daughter. Future Eren's like, my daughter being eaten by a Titan if I don't go out there.
Future Eren's. But I think this is like, it's like threading the line. Because I wanted to bring up the whole like idea of like fascism again.
Yeah.
Because like, I think this
I don't
want
to get political though.
I don't want to get political. No, but I think like these are themes that you can dissect in the series. And like, I do want to say too, because people like lose their mind when you bring up these criticisms.
Because when you have the horse dewormer, it turns you into a Titan. Actually, that's what Eren got injected into.
It's the horse dewormer, yeah. But no, that joke is going to be so dated when this comes out. Oh my god.
Good.
But no, I think it is legitimately something that should be tackled. As someone who's finished the series, I feel like it should be, because like we do have this sort of. There's like an imperative to do that. It's not like they have a choice here. Like even though he offers the pardon, because none of the characters see that as a choice.
The thing is, like if like the next part of the city like that they're probably going to break through next gets like taken over, the population cannot contain contain that.
Which that is like a very valid point, and they bring it up too with like when they lost Shiganshina and they lost the first wall, they had to sacrifice 20% of the population.
And we saw like there's some really good like perspective shots of how big the walls are, because the inside one, the closest, like the farthest one is like, super small, and then you kind of see the one outside of it, and it's like there's so much room.
Yeah, like, to see how much space that they lost. And,
yes,
and thinking about like what I like, the show does go into world building a bit. Like that's like cattle, that's like horses. Like think about
crops.
Like the like arable land, like. That is like a humongous loss with the human loss, of
like
course.
the resources.
Yeah, and like they're trapped in this wall, so their resources are already like super limited. It's not like they have like an abundance of things, so they're probably like recycling and like reusing a lot of their like scrap metal and stuff.
Yes, that's why they kind of had to use defective equipment essentially. And
like ancient stuff too. These are like old ass cannons.
Yeah, they had to reuse what they got. So, but yeah, it's. Really, I think it's pretty good though. The arc, like I do really like cool, some really cool moments. Some characters that just come in and die. Armin getting past trauma. It's time for him to conquer trauma, which he does pretty well.
Yeah, I think it does a really good job at kind of like we had our characters as kids. They were thrown into this really rough situation, and now we're refocusing everyone's goals.
The beginning arc, Eren. The second arc. Mikasa, and then this one is Armin, and then
with a little bit of Eren thrown in there too.
Yeah, with a couple side characters kind of getting their own story, like Jean and like trickled in there, and then we're gonna get Levi now, and we're gonna get a bunch more characters.
I think they do a pretty good job juggling all this. As I said, like I really like that it's a refocusing of character goals, and like for Eren, this is like a big moment. Like the whole thing of like his goal to see the outside world. That is like ultimately what brings him back.
Yes,
that is what he like. Arguably has a deeper connection with Armin than he does with Mikasa.
Yes, the outside world, and then you find out where his dad is and what's in the basement.
Which also, Erwin is very interested too.
Everybody's interested in the basement, man. It's like a mystery box.
It is a mystery box. There's a few, actually.
His dad's massive porn collection. I can't wait. The first view.
Titan porn. They all just have no genitals.
Hey man, picks this one to be eaten by a beautiful female Titan.
He did say that, which is very
foreshadow.
Is there a female Titan in the series? I wonder.
I mean, there are actual normal female Titans as well, though. We see it very rarely. They're rare, but they exist.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like they give a lot of different designs to the Titans in this.
Yes.
In this, because we see so many. We probably see more Titans here than we do for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
I think
we see a couple like in the we said a forest arc, but like the main feature of that is the female Titan more so than the actual Titans. So yeah. Anything else you have your notes wise?
Let me see.
His main things going through it's really good. Like Armin's like the MVP of this arc, I think, definitely. But it's some really cool animations. That one head scratching of the scene missing in at least the version we watched.
Yeah, that's always gonna be weird.
But another nitpick of like I hate the stand-in songs they just have.
Oh, the insert songs. Yeah. There's a lot.
So
of them.
many of them just do not fit the scene.
It's
there's
really
only
funny.
Like one that like okay that's good, but like
it's funny because I think the score is great. Like I think like I really think of the moment where. When Eren goes berserk,
when it's not just
the music that plays, I think is great.
Where it's not just like random, it's just like random J-pop or like J-rock.
Yeah.
So it's weird
because there's a couple themes that you hear a lot. Like it's like a darker theme. The one where Eren goes berserk. That one is like it ends in like a cool little like bell solo.
Yeah,
that's a really cool.
But it's not. It's just like that's actually like a score theme.
Yeah, it's not a random insert song.
Yeah. I'm not saying that just because I'm watching like Utna right now and just getting like good ass character themes going in there, but like it's just weird. Some weird choices there. I'm not sure how the other seasons do. If they have insert songs or not.
I can't remember. I think it's totally dropped in season 2. There might be one fight that it happens in.
I sometimes expect that more so in like an actual like epic fight of like. It's just two big Titans fighting each other. Okay, yeah, I understand in that.
It's really, I don't know, the whole idea of an insert song, because my understanding, I know the term, it's one of those like kind of meme terms like Sakuga, like that anime fans in the West use, but my understanding is that it's normally like a song that is not necessarily written for the show, but it's like
It's advertised as like a song or something.
yeah, it's like an artist doing a song and then it's put in the show as well. Sometimes I think it is done because you remember, oh my god, what was that one anime called?
They all can't be the pillows for Fully Coolly.
Well, that I would say that's like because they worked like in tandem.
Exactly.
With that.
You can't get lucky like good with that.
That's like your best case scenario.
Yes.
What was that one anime we watched? Was it called World End? That had they had like a cover of Scarborough Fair by who is it?
It was like World End with like a million long I
think it was World End Meet Me When the World Ends.
It was just a visual novel, not visual novel, light novel title essentially.
Wait,
it had a weird cover of like a weird folk song.
No, it was a folk cover of a Simon and Garfunkel song.
Yes.
So it was Scarborough Fair. It was a amazing cover.
It was
so I guess that's also considered an insert song, but it was
I feel it's different. That's like
yeah, because it wasn't
it's only used in the first episode. Where this one's like a bunch of different like songs by different artists used in there. It reminded me of the first Suicide Squad movie where they would start playing like, random songs that like, out of nowhere. But like wasn't nearly frequent, but still, it felt like okay, this is kind of random song to pick for this. Doesn't really mesh well, but
yeah, I'm trying to find the name of the show, the full name. It's called World End. It's called like World End, Where to Go When the World Ends.
I remember that Neoncast episode.
We did do it on a Neoncast. Check that episode out.
Don't
listen to it.
No, it probably didn't age well.
I don't know how it couldn't have.
I meant like microphone quality wise.
Oh, that's true. I just want to see the fucking title. Okay, World End. This is the title of the show. World End. One word. What do you do at the end of the world? Are you busy? Will you save us?
What? Just about. I remember. The only thing I remember that I'm pretty sure it has to do with child soldiers.
I literally only remember the cover of Scarborough.
I think it has child soldier, taking care of child soldier or child or like. I think about like child soldier or child like slaves or something like that. Like,
sure. Just like Attack on Titan.
Sure.
Sorry, I had to bring it back to Attack on Titan. I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. I think, as I said, I think this is a really solid little arc. I'm very happy that Trost is over.
Yes.
The Battle of Trost.
The boulder is the rock. It's not a boulder. It's a rock. The survey core used to ride him for miles, Jim. So
Sam and I made so many SpongeBob jokes watching this.
As how you know from listening to other shows on this, I can make a SpongeBob reference out of like every stupid thing. So
yeah, we made like the walls will ooze green slime joke, and then I said you have to wait till season 2 for that.
The hash slinging Titan.
Yeah, pretty epic. I can't wait to get to. I really want to finish season 1. I'm so excited to hit. I'm excited
2. To actually see new shit that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, I know. That's why.
To see the further adventures of Sus Squad.
Because season 2 like hits. Like season 2 is short.
Slaps.
It's like half the length of season 1.
It's like only like a one core.
Yeah, but it's like it hits. Like it does not fucking stop.
Good. I know one season's like super political seasons. Like actually like fells more about the politics of like the world. I know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Season 2 has like maybe my favorite fight scene.
Cause I know there's like a very extensive like Levi like on the like keep constantly going and make fight. Like, it's very more of a chase scene, I guess, more than a fight scene. But like I noticed like I watched that clip before.
Oh baby, we'll get to that.
I know.
Every Levi cut is just gonna be great from now on. Just every time you see Levi in a fight, just get excited because the animators like loved doing his scenes, so they would prioritize
Levi S. Kennedy. I can't wait.
All right, I think we'll wrap it up. I just wanted to extend this a little bit longer.
I think kind of having this many combine like the rest of his arc with a better choice than splitting it up into 2.
Yeah, no, that was a good idea.
Like,
we really had a moment where we're like, oh, should we just do like the part where they have the conference, like the Armin's epic step? Should we just talk about those 2 episodes?
Epic step. I'll take the step and slide in.
Armin's epic step is cool.
Armin's epic step.
I'm gonna never forget that. We're
Armin
gonna be on like the last episode.
Armin defends the freshest thing.
his friendship with Eren, his relationship with Eren,
his love for Eren, and he had the dual Mikasa on the top of the walls for his love at the very end. for broken Eren that I know exists.
Just like the end of Metal Gear 4, they're gonna fight for the love of Eren.
They're both old.
I want to see a 90-year-old Mikasa.
Armin with his fake arm from Levi, so that Armin is Levi or thinks he's Levi.
I love Metal Gear lore. It doesn't make any sense.
I finally had Metal Gear explained to me, and it's fucking unbelievable.
All right. I think we should end it now. Do you want to plug us up, Sam?
Yes, I will gladly. Thank you all for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. You can follow the podcast on Twitter and me and Jim separately as well. You can join the Discord and check out other videos as well. And for that, I think we'll see you in the next arc, which is the pre-woods arc, or pre-forest, if I remember correctly.
Pre-forest. Remember, pre-forest will get you pregnant.
What?
All right, join us next Titan Tuesday. Wait, did we do Titan Tuesday?
I don't know, man. You released it, not me.
Join us next Titan Tuesday for us to talk about the pre-forest arc.
Titan Thursday.
That's been. Thank you for listening to Jo-ttack on Tight Sam this week.
No, do not call it that.
I'm gonna call it that next time.
You better not. I'll do the intro.
All right. Goodbye.
With that, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.